These fights are saying Floyd hating, Floyd hating, Floyd hating. Last time I checked, hating on what? On what?
Meaning he is greater at his skill of boxing than Stephen Hawking was at science.
Okay. I can live with that, but I don't know if I would call him the greatest fighter of all time. First of all, Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed.
Floyd Mayweather didn't stay silent after hearing Stephen A. Smith's recent remarks, suggesting that Terence Crawford might surpass him as a boxer. Still, Smith made sure to highlight just how extraordinary Mayweather's career truly was. He pointed out that Floyd struggled with serious hand injuries for much of his time in the sport, which reduced his natural punching power and made knockouts less common as his career progressed. Even with that limitation, Mayweather remained undefeated, proving his mastery in outsmarting and outclassing every opponent he faced. Smith emphasized that this only demonstrated Floyd's genius, that even without relying on sheer power, he consistently found ways to dominate inside the ring.
Was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much, and literally walked in the ring and said, I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
Smith also shared his thoughts on a hypothetical fight between Mayweather and Crawford, saying he'd confidently pick Crawford to win. He made it clear he wouldn't second-guess that choice, believing Crawford would have the upper hand if the matchup ever happened.
Been avoiding everybody calling it a pick'em fight.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, it could go either.
Smith acknowledged that Floyd Mayweather is undoubtedly one of boxing's all-time greats, known for his exceptional defense, speed, and ring intelligence. However, he didn't name Mayweather as the single greatest fighter ever. Instead, he emphasized that the GOAT debate includes many legends like Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Aaron Pryor, Alexis Arguello, and Salvador Sanchez. While Mayweather commands immense respect, Smith believes the top spot belongs to a broader group of icons.
Greater at his skill of boxing than Stephen Hawking was at science.
Okay. I can live with that, but I don't know if I would call him the greatest fighter of all time. First of all, Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest ever. He's a brilliant defensive fighter. His speed, his boxing savvy, he's just a savant. But I gotta look at the Sugar Ray Leonards of the world. I watch Sugar Ray, I watch Pepino Cuevas, I watch Thomas the Hitman Hearns, Hagler, Mugabe, all of these cats, Aaron Pryor, Alexis Arguello, Salvador Sanchez before he died. But I come up with that era.
Smith emphasized that Terence Crawford is the current face of boxing, calling him the best active fighter and the undisputed pound-for-pound #1. He praised Crawford's historic achievement of unifying all 4 belts, which clearly sets him apart and cements his place at the top of the sport today.
Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world.
Boozy Ennis agreed, saying Crawford belongs alongside legends like Mayweather and Sugar Ray Leonard. Ennis highlighted Crawford's willingness to face every top contender and beat them convincingly, making his case as one of boxing's greats.
They told me he didn't fight everybody, nobody. He done fought whoever was in front of him, who was in that weight at that time, and he beat everybody. He's great.
Kim Bradley strongly agreed, saying Crawford would beat Mayweather if they fought in their primes. He highlighted Crawford's versatile skills, ability to switch stances, and sharp precision. Bradley noted Mayweather's past struggles with tricky counterpunchers and believed Crawford's size, aggression, and style would give him the edge to overwhelm Floyd.
Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he gonna reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that back hand, the way he reaches with that.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, Crawford's trainer, stressed that when discussing boxing legends like Ray Robinson and Jack Dempsey, Crawford's name deserves to be mentioned alongside them. He firmly believes Crawford has done enough to secure his spot not just as a current champion, but as one of the all-time greats in boxing history.
Should we rank him like that? Is it difficult because, eras? I'll say, when you say name the best fighters ever in the history of boxing, you're going to have to say Ray Robinson. You're going to have to say Jack Dempsey. Then you got to say Terence Crawford. He's up there. He's definitely up.
Ali Malignaggi didn't hold back comparing Mayweather and Crawford. He noted Mayweather faced top champions like Miguel Cotto and a young Canelo Alvarez, while Crawford hasn't yet fought opponents of that level. Despite this, Paulie agreed that a prime Mayweather versus Crawford matchup would be one of the greatest fights ever, rivaling the legendary battles of Sugar Ray Leonard and Sugar Ray Robinson.
Mayweather, I thought, took on some pretty tough 154-pounders and it was in a young Canelo and a very tough Cotto who was punching very hard from 40 to 54. Remember Cotto had knocked out Delvin Rodriguez at 54. He'd still done some damage at 54, and I thought
won a title at 60.
Yeah, and I thought he knocked out Martinez at 60, and I thought he gave Mayweather a pretty good fight at 54. I don't know. I can't say I disagree or agree. I just think that Mayweather, because it's so far away, so long ago, and people sort of start to underestimate the things he did. People talk about Canelo takes his repertoire from the Mayweather repertoire. No, he doesn't. Mayweather fought ex-champions. This guy's fighting guys who will never even smell, may never smell a belt in their life, and he was fighting them. So Mayweather, even if you're saying, he didn't fight the very best, he still fought champions and ex-champions, even at 47, even at 54. So I don't know, man. The comparison, listen, Crawford Mayweather would have been an amazing fight in their prime, just like you insert Ray Leonard in there, just like you insert Ray Robinson in there. What a round robin that would have been.
Duda shared his view on the debate, saying Canelo Alvarez's claim that Crawford is better than Mayweather isn't an exaggeration. He emphasized that Canelo's opinion matters since he fought both fighters, giving him a unique perspective on their skills and challenges. According to Judah, Canelo's comparison deserves serious consideration.
Canelo said that Crawford's better than Mayweather. What do you think?
He's not lying. He fought him. How can somebody tell somebody that fought both of these guys, he knows.
Yeah.
Ryan Clark praised Floyd Mayweather as the standout fighter of his era. He said Floyd didn't just win. He dominated opponents with flawless technique, quick reflexes, and incredible mental toughness, making him the symbol of skill and control during the 2000s.
Right? Yet not as skilled as Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather made people look foolish, right? And so if I had to say who's the greatest I've seen, and Bud said it right, the best of an era and the best of an era, it's Floyd. But when I watched Bud against Canelo, there was this extreme skill on display, and there was a level of crazy that's different. There was a level of, and Floyd's extremely tough. Go back to Shane Mosley and the 2 punches he landed early in the fight and the way that he embarrassed him. I'm not saying that Floyd's not tough, Floyd's not a bad man, but there was down.
Clark then turned to Terence Crawford, saying he's earned his spot among the greats. By decisively beating fighters like Errol Spence and Canelo, Crawford has proven his skill and courage. Clark highlighted that these wins show Crawford's fearlessness and solidify his place in boxing history.
There's no fear in him in the way that he's attacked, gaining notoriety. Bud's been the baddest man for 12 years, but no one gave him credit because he didn't go tell you he was the baddest man. He didn't market that. He just went out and fought and beat people and knocked people out. So he had to move up and take the bigger fights and the better fights. And he was Errol Spence. We realized just how great he was. Canelo cemented him on what is the two-headed monster that marks the greatest of the 2000s. Floyd Mayweather is on that, and Bud Crawford is right next to him. I don't think we have to pick on who's better. I think they both dominated.
Errol Spence Jr. praised Mayweather's exceptional ring IQ and skill, saying these qualities set him apart from almost everyone else. Spence highlighted Floyd's ability to control fights both mentally and physically, securing his place among boxing's greats. He added that while a Mayweather versus Crawford fight is only hypothetical, Floyd's mental sharpness would have been a key advantage.
Remember, Canelo at that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23? 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young.
Robert Garcia recognized Crawford's historic achievement as undisputed champion, deserving full credit. However, when imagining a prime versus prime matchup, he'd lean toward Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao, believing they faced tougher competition. Still, Garcia affirmed that Crawford firmly belongs in the all-time greats discussion because of his impressive legacy.
Floyd is different. I feel like he's the best fighter. I don't know about all time. He might be the best fighter all time. If not, he's close 2-3, and not by far. So it's just it's a little bit different things that Floyd does. And Floyd was a lot older when I sparred him, and it's just certain things that he does that that's really tricky. Like the guy we get in the clinch, he was like squeezing my nose, and I couldn't breathe and stuff like that. So it's just certain things that he do in there. It's just veteran stuff, just veteran all-time type stuff he was doing there.
Like Floyd would beat Crawford, would you think? I know that's just a fantasy matchup.
Man, I don't know.
I'm reaching,
I don't get into all that. Yeah. I don't know who went out, Sugar Ray Robinson and Floyd. I don't know.
But for Floyd was the best work, just like mental games and everything.
Yeah, mentally, by far, I feel like he's the best.
Shane Mosley compared Terence Crawford to Jose Luis Castillo, one of the few who challenged Mayweather. He said Crawford's power, reach, stance switching, and constant pressure could give Floyd serious trouble. While Mayweather's defense is legendary, Mosley believes Crawford's aggressive style would push him out of his comfort zone.
Disputed, never really followed that unification, stuff like that. So I think when it comes to accomplishments, I think he's already done more. In a fight, I probably still pick Mayweather. Both in the prime, I would probably pick Mayweather to win. Just like I would probably pick Pacquiao to win, both in the prime.
Ooh, to beat Crawford.
Yeah, I think so.
Prime for prime? Nice.
Yeah. But is Crawford one of the greatest of all time? It's 100%. They're definitely.
That's a wrap for today's video. What do you think about this dream matchup? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.